Hello, everybody. Hope I am audible to all of you. If any audio problems are there, please inform me through the comment box. I can adjust the audio settings of this live. First of all, I introduce myself. I am Dr. G. Sudev Krishna Sherman from, fire problem, from Kerala, India. Here I have come before you to have some discussions on Bṛhajjātaka of Varāhamihira. Actually, I was taking classes in Malayalam for the first chapter of Bṛhajjātaka. Then I thought that doing these classes in English will also benefit for my non-Malayali friends. Hence, in this session, we will be discussing the first verse of Bṛhajjātaka of Varāhamihira, starting Murtitve Parikalpitaha. Let us start with an invocation on our teacher, Guru, whatever it may be. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. First of all, Bṛhajjātaka is a text basically based on astrology, or Indian astrology. Indian astrology can be divided into 6 systems, which are Prashna, Muhurta, Jataka, Nimitta, Gola, and Ganita. So, Bṛhajjātaka is a text basically on this Jataka section. The commentator of Bṛhajjātaka, Talakkulathur Govinda Bhattatiri, somewhere states these verses can be applied for the Prashna section also. Hence, we can say that Bṛhajjātaka is a text in which the sections of Prashna and the sections of astrology are discussed in detail. So let us go to the first verse of Bṛhajjātaka of Varāhamihira. The first verse we all know is an invocatory verse, an invocation to the sun, Lord Sun. Sun is discussed, the Lord Sun is praised everywhere in Vedic literature. Our author, Varāhamihira, also invocate sun in this verse. So let us try to recite the verse. Actually, the verses should have to be recited in a particular manner. So we want to recite at first, then we will be discussing the verse in detail. Murtitve parikalpitah shashabhrito vartma punarjanmanam Atmetyatmavidam kratushchayajatam bhartamarajyotisham lokanam pralayodayasthiti vibhuschane katha yashrutau vacham nasadadhatvaneka kirana trailokya dipo revihi. Actually, we can see the word revihi in the last line of this verse. From this, we can understand the author praises Revi, that means sun. So what are the qualities of sun which are discussed in this verse? Let us have a look upon that. Murtitve parikalpitaha shashabhrataha. The first phrase is here. Shashabhrataha murtitve parikalpitaha. Here we can understand that Shashabhrit Shasham bibharti iti shashabhrt. It is the Shasham bibharti iti shashabhrt, which means moon. So, Shashabhrataha murtitve, in the form of moon, whose rays are considered in the form of moon. Which means parikalpitaha, duly arranged or intended entirely. That's the meaning. Shashabhrataha, of the moon, or more correctly to say, of the bearer of spots resembling a hare. Hare means a rabbit or something like that. So we can see there are black spots in the moon's surface. These black spots are considered as a shape of a hare. So this is what the author says, Shashabhritaha murtitve, in the form of moon, the rays of the sun are intended or arranged like that. Parikalpitaha. So from this phrase, we can understand that Varāhamihira was knowing the fact that moon cannot have its own rays. Moon's rays are directly coming from the sun. So let us go to the second phrase. Apunarjanmanam vartma. Apunarjanmanam vartma. Vartma means the path. The path of liberation. The path of liberation. Apunarjanmanam. Those having no more future births. Actually, Indian philosophical systems discuss or believe in the concept of a rebirth. Punarjanma, birth after the other, one after the other. So here we all know Gautama Buddha, who have taken 100 births in his whole life. So he have remembered all the stories of these 100 births, and he had given to his students, his disciples, as Jataka stories. In each of these stories, he discusses his birth stories, so which are known as Jataka tales or Jataka stories of Gautama Buddha. So it is understood that in India, the concept of rebirth, Punarjanma, was a strongly believed by all the Indians. So here, the last birth, after in the last birth, one get liberation only if he attained salvation, if he comes in union with the God, or liberation, self-liberation. So the sun is the path of liberation. That is Varāhamihira saying here. Apunarjanmanam vartma, of those having no more future births. The next phrase says that Atmavidam Atma. Atma means the great self or supreme self, or whatever we say, Paramatma. Atmavidam, those who knows the gift of soul, for them it is Atma. So that means Paramatma. The next phrase, let's go towards the next phrase, which is Yajatam Kratuhu. Those who perform yaga, their according to them, sun is just like an apurva. That means those who gives the fruit of the result of those yagas to the performers. Next phrase is Amarajyotisham Bharta. Amarajyotisham means gods and the celestial bodies. So he is the ruler of gods and celestial bodies. Sun is the ruler of gods as well as the celestial bodies. The next phrase is Lokanam pralayodaya sthiti vibhuhu. This is very important phrase. This is a much important phrase. In this phrase, the author states that pralaya, udaya and sthiti. Pralaya means the destruction. Udaya means rise. And sthiti means it's standing still or maintenance. So these three phases of the world, of the universe, is being carried out by sun. Anekatha yaha shrutau kirtitaha. We must add a phrase, a word to this phrase. Anekatha yaha shrutau kirtitaha. Who has been detailed or discussed in many forms in Vedas. We all know there are 12 different names for sun in the Vedic literature. Vajam nah sadatatu. The next phrase is Saha naha vajam datatu. Let he give us words, because words are much important for an astrologer. An astrologer is a counselor, is a psychiatrist, is a psychologist. So he says, the author says that this sort of sun should give us words for an astrologer to have good words. So aneka kiranaha. The next phrase is aneka kiranaha. The sun do not have one ray. So many rays are there in a beam of sun's ray. Modern science also tells like that. If the sun's ray has been demarcated into, it can be 7 different rays, which we study in science texts like Vibgyor, violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. All these rays combine to form a white sun's ray. So aneka kiranaha, many ray in which so many colored rays are there. Trailokya deepaha revihi. He is a light for 3 worlds. 3 light to the 3 worlds. Which are these 3 worlds? Indian Puranic system says Bhuloka, Bhuvaloka and Swarloka. These 3 worlds, he is standing as a light for these 3 worlds, enlightening all these 3 worlds, all the people by which Varāhamihira traces the Lord's Son as an invocatory verse. So this verse is considered as the invocatory verse of the Bṛhajjātaka. So let us recite once again this verse to have a clear-cut knowledge of how to recite this verse. Murtitve parikalpita shashabrto vartma punarjanmanam atmetyatmavidam kritushchayajatam bhartamarajyotisham lokanam pralayodayasthiti vibhushchanekatha yashrutau vajam nasadadatvane kiranastrailokya dipo ravihi. So the verse ends there. The first verse, the invocatory verse, ends there. Tomorrow we will be discussing on the second verse. If there is any doubt on this verse, please comment. I shall be answering your questions, which send as comments in the next video. Thank you to all. Thank you. Have a good day, and let us see tomorrow with the second verse. Thank you, everybody.